Jeff.
Hey, Steve.
How are you?
Doing all right.
Driver's side. Straight. Stop! I think you're all right, Del.
We'll see if it,
Yeah.
doesn't slide.
Good.
It is day 2 of the Kayak Adventure Series season finale. And Ryan, you just, in day 1, afternoon session, absolutely smashed him. I want you to talk about that in a moment, but we're going to talk about, Steve, why are you here sharing water with your tournament partner? Like, you guys are in the team together, and you're in the running for team of the year, right?
So, leading up to it, we divided and conquered. We've fished about as much water as we possibly could in like 4 days, and I just never found anything as good as what Ryan found, and that's how we work as a team. Whoever's on better stuff, we kind of pull everything together and make it happen in the end. Yesterday, I fished a tailwater that did not pan out whatsoever, and it was a risk, but it was a risk I was willing to take because it's only 4 hours out of a 12 to 13 hour tournament. So that's what those Fridays are kind of for sometimes. So, but yeah, it didn't pan out, and now I'm here with Ryan.
And Ryan, you got, tell me your total for yesterday.
90 and a quarter.
Which has you in first. Now it's it's a cumulative 2-day deal. And, there's someone with what, 88?
88 and change.
Yeah.
Right behind me on all largemouth.
Okay.
Which is interesting.
That is interesting.
So I wonder if he gambled on the Peabody Wildlife. They look like good fat fish.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's...
Fat doesn't matter though.
No, it's all about length.
You're skinny.
They're long in here.
Yeah, skinny long. River smallmouth are doing just fine.
But it's I don't feel comfortable yet as far as winning, just because if that guy's fishing for a couple bites, I'm fishing for a couple bites too, and it's too close for me to feel comfortable.
And there's plenty of very good anglers that are didn't show out like they can, and so
they probably gambled on Friday.
There's 8 hours today to get 5 fish, just like any other tournament.
Right.
I think the reality is here, I had 2 spots I caught a 19 out of and a 17 out of that I didn't fish hard because I wanted to get to a certain spot. Today I have the time to go back and milk those areas a little bit. And as far as the map looks, it looks like there's a whole nother section of that I've never even seen, never touched. He needs 5 bites, I need 2. I think there's enough fish here to do it. And that's why we're sharing water. It's kind of been our deal the whole time. And
another big thing to add too is just that, when we're not together, there is no communication back and forth. You're not able to, but being able to say, hey, change it up now, it's working, do this, do that. It's massive being able to actually talk to somebody or if they're, in a slump, or if they're just absolutely spun
to
out.
productively work through your internal dialogue is it's helpful. It's huge.
Yeah. There'll be a lot of talking.
All right. So, some bad news. Yesterday when we started out, I crossed your wake too hard. I had the camera low. It took a hit from a wave. You remember when I said, hey, I got to turn around and go back?
Yeah.
That's when that happened. I switched to my backup camera, which is this one, put the microphone on it, and recorded an amazing day of fishing. Got great footage. Unfortunately,
I know
audio.
where this is going.
Yeah, the audio was gone. So, yeah, I basically killed the camera and figured out that the one that is left and you're like, well, how are you getting audio? I take the microphone off and I get
stock
audio out of
mic.
the top. So today, I need to get a little closer, and you need to talk a little bit louder.
I can talk louder.
All right.
I can talk louder.
But for now, I have footage. Let's watch some footage of that. And I want you to be as verbose as you can, explaining what happened yesterday, what was amazing and worked. Like, just tell me, maybe go fish by fish.
Yeah, 90 and a quarter yesterday. I feel pretty comfortable that I got AOI locked up. Feel very comfortable that I got AOI locked up. I think Lance is my biggest competition, and he'll have to absolutely knock it into the San Francisco Bay, like way out of the park, I think, to do it. Yesterday, a couple little rat spotted bass. And then when I haven't been here in 2 weeks, so when I caught that 17 3/4 on the mag draft, that was like, I was like, okay, they're here, and I just need to be diligent and work these areas. The 19 showed itself to me. I thought it was a turtle that I'd spooked in. It splashed a second time. I realized it was pushing gizzard shad up in this little micro pocket, and I just kind of muskied it. I flipped in there, swam it, like just kind of swam it back a few times, and it ate it right next to the boat.
You figure eighted it.
Just about. I didn't quite full ate it, but I came out and just a hard bend, and he just slurped it down. I got to the third area that I saw a giant 2 weeks ago in practice when it was crystal clear and low water, and I really wanted to spend time there because it was such a big area of this specific bank that I found that's just like steeper and rockier, the better. If I don't see like cliffs even up the hill, I'm not very happy with it. And the steeper the grade is coming down just means all those rocks fall into the river, and that's what I'm looking for.
So outside bend, rock, steepness,
and current. It has to have current pushing on it. On that outside bend where I ended up spending most of the time Friday, there was the upper portion of it that had a big laydown in it, but there was still current coming under the laydown, and it was just constricting the flow just enough, and that spot reloaded several times, or there were a lot of them there. I felt like it was good, and I think I caught a 17, an 18, and an 18 and a half from that one spot. So we're going to try it out again. Hopefully Steve gets a limit too.
Talk about the fact that you had the 17, or at some point you were in that top eddy, and you said, I think it's good, we're going to peel out, and then you went back in for another, and it ended up being 2 more.
Yeah, I had the 17 out of there. I was starting to think about darkness and getting back. It was becoming evident that they had opened up the dam, and I think the rising water was really helping me. They definitely bumped it. And I was just thinking about getting back and not doing it in the dark. But yeah, there's always one more cast. And I went back in and ended up calling out 2 fish. I think those were the 2 18s out of there that I went back for.
So you almost walked away from 2 18s.
I did.
Yeah.
But
and not knowing that you were going to come back here.
No, but I've been able to replicate this pattern. I've been able to replicate it above the lake and the river. I've been able to replicate it 20 miles down the river. It's a really specific thing that I'm looking for, but it's...
And you're zooming from one example of this to the other and
Yep.
ignoring all else.
Yes. Yep.
You're only looking for...
It's hard. There's
the certain
really,
steepness,
yep.
rock, and
There's
current.
really, really good looking stuff even around what I'm fishing, but it's not what I'm doing, and I haven't been bit on wood in 3 days now. I spent a lot of time in practice. Once I had this dialed, I spent a lot of time in practice trying to find another bite, and I haven't been able to. But the mag draft thing seems to be holding up. I think the bump yesterday is going to help keep those fish there today. It might be a hair slower as it levels or drops a little bit, but I think they're still going to be tight to the rocks.
And you've checked a gauge, and it's doing what?
It bumped last night. It's on its way back down, and just down at the river we can see that it's dropped maybe 4 or 5 inches since what we saw it at last night here. Clarity looks the same, so I think hopefully the last brownie holds up.
Right on. Well, everyone wants to eat the last brownie.
Everyone wants to eat the last brownie.
All right, let's get them unloaded and have another good day.
Rock and roll. We've got basically a full river strainer, darn near, that happened last night. And Steve's in the rotomolded boat, and I'm not sure he's gonna have enough motor real estate to get up once he gets up, because his motor's gonna bottom out. Got it?
He got it.
Cool. I was a little worried. My motor started digging at the very, like, as soon as I came over. It's like, I don't know. The Steve's squatting more than me.
We're just kind of talking through Ryan's having me start just because I'm needing some fish really bad right now. So some of the juice we're getting to first is I'm gonna hit it.
He needs 5 bites. I need 2.
What spinnerbait you throwing?
Bass Pros 3/4 ounce with a Colorado. Just got hit there. It doesn't really bother me. That's a better fish. That's a good fish. Stay hooked up. He's staying down. He's not moving. Oh no, come on. Oh, thank God. Little help. Help a little. Little guy. That's the second time a split ring got caught in this net.
It's a start.
Oh, we're not gonna get 15. Yeah, not a big one, but
It's okay.
it's a
One
sign.
closer to 5.
Huh?
One more closer to 5.
Yeah.
You rushed up. I just had to play Dr. Superglue with the last brownie. I casted one off yesterday, so this is the last one I had. It's getting pretty beat up. The hook's starting to just pop through. I'm hanging up a lot, so I'm just trying to keep them alive for 2 more fish.
Those more aggressive fish, if it's in a current seam, I'd like to pick that one off first before I let something soak or slow it down. This is a 1/2 ounce swim jig. I'm going to put a 7-inch jerk shad on it. I think it's Redbone or Houdini. I can't remember which one. I mean, that's what was hitting the spinnerbait.
But, yeah. but that's your limit sitting right there.
Yeah.
So go hit it again. 7-inch jerk shad on a 1/8 ounce belly weighted ZWG. Straight 30-pound braid.
What size weight do you have on it? Yeah. Okay, we're good. Just a straight jerk shad on an 1/8 ounce KVD grit pin hook to swim jig that I had tied on. It's getting stuck too much because I'm trying to get this thing to sit on the bottom, and that head's just getting stuck in everything.
I think we should go to the next one.
I didn't hear you.
Oh, I think we should start moving to the next one.
Yeah. Do you have anything?
Not up here.
Okay.
If
I got
the water is
two.
falling,
I got two shorts with it.
okay. Mid pool. If it's falling, it makes sense.
Yeah.
What size fish did you just callously chuck over your shoulder?
That was a 12 1/4. Thank you. I didn't do that fish justice. That was rude. I'm sorry. It was also a spot, so. Real good. Not real good. It's okay.
Hold it up. Hold it up.
It'll help. Everyone helps.
Yeah, that'll help. That'll help a lot. Let's go get another.
What was he?
What do they say, like big sister? Let's go get the bigger sister.
How big was that?
16 and a half.
Good.
Yep.
So you got a limit now.
Got a decent limit, yeah. But pretty much all of them still need to upgrade all of them. There's way too many really good river anglers in this tournament.
That's happening just like every cast now. It gets just so blown out.
I'm just going to follow you up with the jerk shad.
Yeah. No, I think I got to retire brownie. I think it's finally time to.
Ryan, I got 2 upgrades, so I went 76 and a half.
Nice. Nice.
Smalls are 214 and a half, so I have a 15.75, and a 16 and a half.
Nice.
But they all need to go bye-bye.
Yes, they do. That's different.
I mean, and I mean, it was good.
Yeah.
Watch that line.
Yeah, I see it.
Was that any help?
No, a little stock.
Top.
What size?
Wasn't big, but it came all the way up. I was not even getting small ones to do that yesterday, so that's new. That's something.
What you tying on, Steve?
Just changing up to a 1/2 ounce instead of a 3/4, just so I can hit some of these islands on the way up. The 3/4's just digging way too hard into everything.
Too many snags?
Yep.
Steve's been having some good luck with the spinnerbait. So I've got a 1 ounce musky spinnerbait, double skirted.
That thing's huge, man. Ooh, that's a lot.
Not that big. This has been an A+ spot, just super steep rock coming in. Right now it's got the sun baking on it, so a little bit of a cool morning. It might be up here feeding. But the biggest thing is there's current coming through that big chunk of wood, pushing along all this rock that's fallen into the water right here. Everything I've caught has been just set up. All the bigs have been set up on rocks just like this.
What are you changing to, man?
Working class 0, Citizen 6. It's a 6-inch bait, but it's a taller profile, but it's just kind of more like the brownie color than that white. I don't know, I'm not feeling comfortable with the clarity with the white one, so. I do fish a lot of dams back home, and hard fall rains, when they really do big releases, it dumps a lot of big shad into the system. And I've always noticed like this migratory push of smallmouth towards a dam in the fall to gorge before they go to their actual wintering area. I know this is a tail race, which means at some point it becomes warm water in the winter, and fish do migrate towards tail races. So it's warm, but it's October. These fish are thinking about the next move. So they may be here, just up the river, but I think they're working towards the dam. Boom. Oh, came off. That was a better bite. That was a better bite. Big bait wasn't working. Downs shifted to a little punch rig jig. I've made 5 casts and been bit 3 times. So I think the downshift is working. Just not the size we need. I need the cold trash I need. Knock, knock. Alright. I think I scared the biggest spiders out of there. I saw them leave. That's gotta be good for something.
I'm gonna run to that hard bend, Steve. I think that's my best chance of a big bite. Like, just, it's not the bite that it was yesterday, but I still think they're there somewhere in those places.
Yeah.
It's a little afternoon now, and I want to give myself time back there too.
Yeah, I get you.
So,
I got 3 on a red crankbait, but no upgrade.
okay.
10-footer.
What you got there, Ryan?
I got a big largemouth.
Nice.
This is the weirdest smallmouth I've ever seen in my life.
He's thick.
It's green. I got the other bass.
Yeah. 19 or
19.
very cool.
I like that there's.
So this is your first call of the day.
Yes, finally. Oh my goodness.
And what's this call?
17.
Okay.
That's
So
a
2-inch
huge call.
2-inch upgrade. Very
So
nice.
92 1/4.
Very cool.
That's awesome. 19. That's huge. Just caught that 19-inch largemouth right here off those rocks. Little slack water pocket right off of the current. Hopefully he's got a buddy. It's a 3/8 punch weight, tungsten punch weight. I get the weights, I skirt them myself, and a Mustad Alpha Grip 2-aught flipping hook. So it's a 2X strong hook, but still kind of finer wire. It's a little bit of a finesse jiggy presentation, but the 3.5-inch bat wings fits that hook like perfectly, and kind of that do nothing profile just gets bit when it's tough. Imagine that. There's a smallie back in the current. All those bites have all, like, there's been 3 now. 1 on the fall, 1 as it fell over a log, and 1 right after I hopped it. So everything's been on a fall. This is called the Solus Skyroam. It's a portable Wi-Fi puck. I picked that up after Missouri to be able to hopefully upload fish in super remote areas. I've not had even a lick of service all day, so I'm hoping I can upload that 19-inch fish right now and not have to worry about racing somewhere, probably back to Bowling Green, to be able to upload.
What's it cost?
It's like 120 bucks.
Okay.
It's
Is service based or?
It is whatever cell tower has the strongest signal in your area.
Okay. But is it like you had to pay a monthly thing or?
You get 1 free gigabyte of data a month, and then you can kind of pay as you go outside of that.
Gotcha.
It did allow me to submit it to the live well, but it's struggling for an actual upload right now.
Does that count as your
It doesn't-
timestamp if
I
there's
think it
a?
counts as the timestamp, but it's not submitted, and it's in the net.
Cool.
So it's submitted.
Nice. Cool little device.
Arma crash. It's big.
17 and a half. It's not going to get anywhere close to 17 and 3/4. Okay, they're still here.
You just pulled your identifier out and laid it down. You got like 3.5 minutes left, and you're like, I'm gonna catch one more. I need my identifier laying on the ground.
On this next cast, I'm gonna have my phone on its camera.
All right. You got a bite there too?
I did.
All the best anglers are eternal optimists, I think. I think you have to be.
There is something about that, like this early afternoon time. I don't know what it is. Big fish bite.
Yeah.
I've had it happen too many times to ignore it. I've darn near won tournaments in the last 45 minutes.
Yeah.
That's it. It's the bowl game.
So compare the 2 days.
Polar opposites. Yesterday, high rising water. I mean, the best conditions you could hope for on a river. Big baits, big bites. Fish right where you want them and stacked there. Today, as the water's been dropping, I suspect that it's been dropping all day. The fish have pulled tight to stuff. They've gotten a little finicky in the falling water, and it was the downshift of the jig that ultimately did what I needed.
But you got a call.
Yeah.
You got a meaningful call.
Yeah, very. So 92 and a quarter, I think, is my
Nice.
best. And
All right, let's go find out what Steve did. See if he got any more calls.
Omnia tackle for trash. I believe you get a gift card, $100 gift card to Omnia Fishing for all the trash you pick up, or I think it's the most unique item of trash. I think my 3 most unique items are not a bush light cam, but a garden hose, a folding chair, and some good quality giant corrugated drain tile.
Good job, man.
Thanks.
The top 3 places in the team division. We got some prizes down here for you guys. So let's find out. 3rd place, team Snidiki, 154 inches. That's Russ Snyder's and Eric Siddiqui. Come on up, guys. Come on up. Loveland, Team Loveland Paddle Sports. That's Ryan Parker and Steve Baker. So tell me a little bit about it, Steve. I mean, you were the aggressively average angler, but usually you are a hammer, and obviously you're up here in 2nd place, so you did something right, and you guys were in 1st place, and you had some great finishes, so tell us about it.
Yeah, I mean, we both spent quite a bit of time preparing for this, and yeah, I'm average. I don't know what else.
Yeah, that's not true at all. That's not true. I come in 3rd place in the AOI race in the individual division, so definitely not average at all. Parker, not average again with you. You've won twice this year in the individual side. You guys have won as a team once, right? You won as a team or no? Yeah, so tell us a little bit about your time here, and don't give too much away. We might talk to you guys later as well, but your 2nd place team, how'd you guys get it done? How'd you strategize together? Did you fish together? Did you fish separate? How much did you communicate and share?
We split up yesterday. I had a good day, moved some numbers today. Steve had a rough day. He was in a bad place, so I was like, come along. Well, there's fish here. So.
That's what teams are for, guys.
But you know, the conditions were constantly changing with the dams and stuff, so being able to communicate today was huge as we kind of worked through all those changes.
Nice. I like the fact that in the team division, just like any of you guys could talk to each other on the water and share stuff, but what's unique about the Kayak Adventure Series in this 2-man team division, yes, you might share something with your teammate that could potentially help them vault you in the individual division. However, I think the greater good is let's build the team up, and okay, if someone vaults me in the individual, that's only one spot you could possibly drop, right? The greater, obviously, importance for you guys was to probably lock down that team title, so we'll see if that happens later. So congratulations, you'll get your trophy, and you're going to win your X2 Power air compressor. All right, 19 inches for Ryan Parker, 19 inches. And like I said, Russ was second at Shoalipalooza. Ryan Parker, you were leading AOI. Russ, one more event, dude. You could have been right there in the mix. But Parker, you were in the lead. You've won 2 events this year. You're smashing fish everywhere around the country. This is unbelievable, 19-inch fish here. So tell us about your time here at Bowling Green. How is this different than other events, or what you caught these fish on, whatever you want to share?
Yeah, what Russ said, they did a huge bump at the dam. I was just down from the Barron River Dam. I found a bunch of fish in practice like 2 weeks ago down there when I had like 8 foot of clarity, like just crystal clear water. I was just cruising around like, oh, there's a 20, there's a big one, there's a big one. So I fished there Friday, and that rise in the water just, it put them right in the right spots. Like Russ said, I mean, they were right up on the bank. Chunky rock, the steeper the bank, the better, and I was just grinding a mag draft in the bottom, and they were eating it head first, every single one.
92.25 inches, yeah, you're gonna have to get up. So you can take your drifter, and it'd be more, you can definitely be comfortable in the drifter too. So set it up and take a nap. And wow, 92.25 inches. So you're on the hot seat again. We'll see how this ends up, man. 96 inches. What? From Bowling Green, Kentucky. They were like, I don't know about that. I think you could definitely hit 100 here, and 96 is pretty impressive, so nice job, congrats, you got the hot seat for now with 1 left. So
they weren't related to the bank at all, they were chunk rock and large wood debris in the middle channel, so that was it.
All right, well, let's find out how it's going to all go down. 18.25, so this is it, right? This is the final 2, so we need to, let's get you to stand up off the hot seat. We're going to find out who ends up being, not even close, 83.75, so you take it. With 96 inches, you're the champion of the Kayak Adventure Series Broodstock in Bowling Green, Kentucky. And you will be titled the first ever Broodmaster, which is the title of the person who wins Broodstock. The winner of the Far Wide Team of the Year race for our first ever season Kayak Adventure Series presented by GoPro is going to be Team Loveland right there. You can see it on Team Loveland. That's Steve Baker and Ryan Parker. See, we told you Steve was not so average, well above average here with his partner Ryan Parker, who's also proved to be well above average and actually number 1. So can't get less average than that. Good job, guys. Coming out with a win. I know this was definitely something you guys are working really hard towards. Steve, you started out at the first event with Shoalipalooza, teaming up with Russ Snyder's. And you guys had a great finish. And I thought, oh man, we might have a little team of the year thing going on here. And then Russ had a lot of stuff in his schedule to fish, and he didn't end up fishing. He just fished 1 short of the amount to qualify for AOI. But you decided, and the way our rules are set up, you can fish with multiple partners. And then when it comes to Broodstock, you decide who do you have the best score with, and you're going to fish the final. But you just went with Ryan the rest of the year, and it's worked out really well.
Yeah, I pick people pretty well. That's what I got. I got average, and I pick people really well.
Good judgment. This guy's got the best judgment. His wife must feel really special right now. I picked my wife really good.
If you can't fish well, just pick good people. No, we had a blast the whole year. We genuinely worked our butts off. Lots of prep before we even come to these things. I'm pretty sure we talk more to each other than we talk to our wives sometimes, and that can be a problem. But it's been a blast. I don't know what else to say. Super happy with the result.
Nice job.
Yep.
Parker, anything to add to that?
Steve and I, before this whole thing, we'd never fished together. We just happened to be members of the Loveland Paddle Sports team. Not far from here in Loveland, Ohio, right around the Cincinnati area, so Crescent bona fide to hook you up. But we fish similar styles, and I learned a lot from Steve this year. And then just fishing with the team, it's advantageous. And it's if you have a bad day, you got somebody that can kind of pick you up and get you through some of that stuff. Steve definitely drug me out of some dark places. I drug him out of some dark places.
Shout out to Billy, who was his original partner too.
That's right, shout out to Billy.
Got cut.
By the way, I think I forgot to give some of you guys your medallions for the top 10 for the individual division, so don't forget those. But congratulations, guys. You are the first ever Team of the Year. Steve, you shouldn't have gone too far away, buddy. Steve Baker in third place. You can stay there. You don't need to come back up. But Steve, third place AOI. Impressive season, man. You worked your butt off, like you said, so congratulations to you, Steve. And now, second place AOI. Looks like it's Lance Cooley. Lance, you finished up in second place. 275.
You don't have to come back up, Lance. It's fine.
275. You're going to get it looks like a GoPro is sitting there. Is that right?
Yeah.
GoPro, Yak Attack leaderboard, Realtree, Kayak cushion, all that good stuff. Second place, not surprising to see Team of the Year guys also here in AOI. And of course, what do we got here? The Angler of the Year, who has won.
Does anybody have a guess?
Yeah, you don't have a guess here. It's no surprise, there's no suspense here. He's won twice. Ryan Parker, you might want to come up here one more time. And take this trophy home. This is sweet. Appreciate John for making these. These are awesome. So, man, you've got to be exhausted. You worked your tail off all year long to take this title. And, I mean, I don't know if we really have a title other than Angler of the Year. We got Broodmaster for winning this event. But we need to come up with some cool name. But you're the first, man. How's it feel?
Feels good. I've fished a lot of like state trails, local stuff, and I've come very close to AOI, but I've never been able to lock it down. So to kind of come into this, fish all 6 events, and do it on this stage, this platform, it feels pretty good. And the smallmouth have been nice to me. I think I scored my first largemouth, like ending 5 fish today, which is a big 19 call at the end of the day.
A lot of people from Ohio in this event.
A lot of people from Ohio. This is the top. Was this the AOI? Yeah, this is the AOI finish. So Travis Von Neumann in 4th, Sam in 5th, Cole Lawrence 6th, Luke 7th, Dwight 8th, 9th was Jim, and 10th Tim Perkins. So congrats to all the AOI